Hey guys, Scott here with my +3 cloak of it's surprisingly cold in Florida. So today I want to talk about Haddonfield, as I've done a number of times because this map has had a very marked history of being infamous for mostly bad reasons. And Haddonfield is now, again, a pretty bad map for killer. So we've had a lot of different Haddonfields. The first version, obviously, we had these infinite fences that were basically like these vine walls, except they extended the entire distance of a building and were very short. So a survivor could just sit on the other side of the wall and just look at you, and you couldn't do anything about it unless you were basically nurse. So that was awful. Then we got this new form of Haddonfield, which actually ended up being somewhat balanced. But the only reason the map was balanced is because the map had an insane 3-gen. So you used to have a generator that would always spawn right here. And there would always be a generator pretty much like right there. And then there'd be a gen like probably in the middle of the street, like, right here, something like that. So you would have this triangle of generators that was pretty much impossible to lose. And this actually came out with the Skull Merchant patch as well, I think, which is hilarious. But they made it so it was actually pretty easy to win as killer if you used the 3-gen that the map gave you. Now, the problem is if you did not use the 3-gen that the map gave you, then the map is insanely survivor-sided, because these buildings have insanely strong god windows. If you are chasing someone around this building from this side, you pretty much have to abandon it entirely just to stop, run all the way around, and begin chasing from this side, just because this window is slightly less unsafe than this one. But for the most part, these windows are god windows. God windows are windows you must vault in order to continue chasing. I consider any window that you have to vault to be bad game design for killer. You should always be able to outplay the window with your power or your superior movement speed. There's a reason killers vault 3 times as slow as a survivor. It's because it's not really a primary thing that you're supposed to be doing. But these windows are so strong that no matter which direction you're running it from, this one can be very strong from this side, and this window can be very strong from this side. All of these buildings have insanely brokenly strong windows to the point where, unless you're a killer that's got a specific movement ability, like Wesker, for example, can handle those because he can use one dash to get, right here, and then use another dash to actually hit them before they vault. But most killers do not have an answer to these windows, and they just simply have to be vaulted 3 times until they're entity blocked, and that's horrible. That's really bad design. You should not ever have to do that. So the old Haddonfield it had the exact same issues. We had the same windows. Those windows were still really, really bad. But it was mitigated by the fact that the killer never had to chase anybody there because they had this crazy 3-gen here. And the 3-gen is problematic for a different reason. So the 3-gen was removed, which is great, but they didn't remove any of the other bullshit buildings. So now we just don't have the win condition for killer anymore. And for survivor, we just still have all the insanely strong windows with none of the 3-gen problems anymore. So they fixed one issue of the map and then just left the other end in the dust. And I was one of the people asking to remove this 3-gen because it was stupid. It was literally here, that car, and like that hook. It was stupid. And I said when they do that, they need to make the other sides of the map less strong for survivor now to compensate for that, but they never did that. They just removed the 3-gen and just went home. So that is why, yet again, Haddonfield is still one of the worst maps in the game. They removed the only thing that makes killer strong potentially on it, and also left all of the bullshit windows that make it way too strong for survivor. Even these bots gen rushed me in 3 minutes as I was invisible the entire game. Ridiculous. But yeah, so that's my current issues with Haddonfield. To fix this, we just need to patch up one of the windows again, just like they've done 500 times on this map with all the variants. There should not be 2 to 3 windows open in every building. That's ridiculous. Let's make it more like the middle version of Haddonfield where they have that happen. So that's about it. I just wanted to give my opinions on Haddonfield because, God, I hate it. Thank you very much for watching.